僕らお別れかもしれない。
Kyoraku is always breaking some hearts. Welcome back to Bleach episode 9. We have 3 storylines today. Kyoraku becomes Squad 1 captain and asks the Central 46 to have 2 lieutenants. Nanao gets to stay. That's pretty awesome. Her heart doesn't get broken. He also gets Okikiba.
Zaraki Kenpachiに斬術を教えます。
As Squad 1 captain, Kyoraku decides to give Kenpachi some much needed training. Obviously, he's going to be needed in the next battle since a bunch of people are hurt or dead. We find out that Kenpachi was power level stunted all this time. They were making sure that he wasn't any stronger because he could possibly revolt against Soul Society. When you think about how strong he was and the fact that they basically stopped training him, it's amazing what he could probably do once powered up. So that's what we're going to be doing. He wasn't taken up to the royal palace. I wonder if that's just because they knew that Unohana was the only person that could actually train him, or they just didn't want him up there in the royal palace to do something crazy. Central 46 didn't want to give him this training, but considering they could die, they decided to let it actually happen. It's amazing what you'll do if your life is on the line. His special trainer is going to be Unohana Yachiru, who was the first Kenpachi. Yamamoto, before setting up the 13th Court Guard, needed a strong fighter to represent the 11th Squad. Those specific captains would end up with the title Kenpachi. That is why Unohana is actually a Kenpachi. That means she could kill a lot of people. I always knew she had this crazy look in her eyes. She did seem very nice and loving and warm, but underneath, she was definitely a crazy killer. Meanwhile, at the Kirinden, Ichigo and Renji finish up their treatments. Ichigo was told he had to keep his body underwater for 100 seconds. The math on that is 1 minute and 40 seconds. I know for a fact there is no way I'm keeping my body underwater for 1 minute and 40 seconds. Don't try this at home. I think I could last a solid 60 seconds. To test that Ichigo and Renji were both fully healed, Tenjiro punched them to see if they could take it. They both pass the test and move on to Gatoden. As they are blasting off into space, we have Tenjiro talking about the White Bone Hell and Blood Pond Hell, which can be really harsh on the body. Ichigo and Renji being almost naked in that bath proves that they are something special, and that should also mean that the Kuchikis are also very special. As they're falling down to Gatoden, the big decision was who wants to break the other one's fall. I love that interaction between those two. It reminds me of Goku and Vegeta, or Goku and Piccolo. Just a lot of fun watching them figure out who's gonna be the one at the bottom. They were lucky enough to have Kon in their possession. Whoa! The Gatoden is a palace of food. The boys needed to get ready for training, so they filled their bellies. This really is going the way of Dragon Ball, which makes sense. You gotta train for the next battle, and we have Goku, who definitely loves to eat food. Kirio Hikifune, who is in charge of the Gatoden, is known as the Grain King. She also is the person that let me know that Hiyori is still alive, so thank you for her. She infuses spiritual pressure in her food, which results in her losing a bunch of weight while cooking. She looks really good. I like her like that. She then sets them off to Hoohden, where Oh-Etsu is waiting for them. He is the creator of the Zanpakuto. This should mean he could help Ichigo with his sword issues. The last part of the episode was the fight between Unohana and Zaraki. If you have not seen this, I definitely recommend you go watch that. It was an amazing part of the episode. We find out from Kyoraku's thoughts that this will be a battle to the death. We also find out that Unohana is Soul Society's most notorious criminal. She named herself Yachiru, meaning 8,000 styles. Unohana, knowing that this is a battle to the death, is leaving a note behind for Isane. Zaraki takes off his eye patch going into this battle because he needs all the power he can get. I don't know if that is a going away item for Yachiru, but she picks it up anyways and holds it and thinks about him. I don't think Zaraki is big into leaving goodbye notes. He probably thought he was gonna win this one. あんたとやり合って死ぬも殺すも We find out Zaraki gets stronger when he is near death. It's almost like that Saiyan ability after getting beat up, they get stronger after the battle. As you can imagine, Unohana whoops his ass. Let's be real, he totally gets the straight on it. And that makes sense because he needs to toughen up a bit. She's there to train him. I don't agree that they should be fighting to the death, as in hopefully that just means it's figuratively and not literally. Just because they aren't fighting for the title of Kenpachi. Nothing needs to actually happen here. She's got her own squad, he's got his own squad. He just needs to just get a bit stronger. I don't know, I haven't looked it up how many episodes are left in this season, so hopefully we get another big battle before all of this is over. I will see you all around for episode 10. As always, have a good one.